I'm worried about Real Madrid. We were at our home stadium against Marseille and all we did was win by a penalty kick. I don't see any real change despite all the hype. This is how a lot of Madrid fans feel. But aren't you a Madrid fan too? You're the one who asked for the team to have an identity, and identity means culture and language. Your coach, Alonso, has his own way of coaching, his own language. So you need to learn the words of that language to understand what this guy is doing on the pitch. There's an important video of Alonso decoding that language. It was during Real Madrid's training before the Club World Cup match against Juventus.
We're a team that brings sharpness and speed.
The Marseille game was Alonso's first match with Real Madrid in the Champions League. So did the guy stick to his principles? The answer is yes. But how and why the first 30 minutes against Marseille should be the future of Real Madrid with Alonso? Our problem, especially us fans of big teams, is that we don't really see the opponent. We think they're just passive and that we're the only ones making things happen. So nothing's guaranteed, but the truth is the opponent is also planning and training. They have their ideas and dreams. The opponent was Marseille, and De Zerbi is a great coach despite his young age. They have their own style of football. By watching their matches and preferences, we can guess what they'll likely do. De Zerbi builds the play from the back. When the opponent presses high, the goalkeeper and the back four, along with the two central midfielders, stay really close together. This approach gives his players lots of passing options. Another advantage of this style is that it draws as many opposing players as possible towards the ball, so they leave space behind them around the midfield area. But how does De Zerbi get the ball out here? This is where Desbury's famous principle comes in, the third man concept. If we pass the ball straight to the midfielder, he'll get caught under pressure. So instead we play a first pass as a cover to an unmarked forward in the open space, then pass it back to the midfielder. That's when the attack really starts, or we go for a longer passing sequence through the wing. This way, the ball returns to the desired player, and we break out smoothly. With these steps, we've effectively bypassed at least 5 opposing players, giving De Zerbi's team a numerical advantage in attack, almost like being in a counterattack situation. But here, Alonso definitely designed the counterattack very carefully, studied his opponent seriously. First, because the match was special. It was his first game with Madrid in his favorite competition. Second, because these kinds of games shape a team's identity and style. Against a team that's good at keeping possession, Alonso decided to defend man-to-man. If someone uses that tactic against a disorganized team and an opponent who knows what they're doing, it'll look like a mess. It'll look really bad. On the attack, the pressure will come from the playmaker, and if we get the ball, we won't just leave the opponent's field, we'll attack from all angles. De Zerbi won't press us hard because he knows the speed we've got. In the first minute of the match, Madrid had their first real chance with Houston to Rodrigo. Rodrigo passed to Carreras, who sent in a cross that ended with an amazing bicycle kick from Mbappe after a rebound. Because of all the pressure, the keeper got fouled during a goal kick. This kind of thing kept happening for the same reason. Intense pressure, and the keeper not knowing what to do, after Arnold got injured. Arnold being on the field showed that Alonso wanted to win at all costs from the start. Carvajal came on and the game kicked off immediately. Courtois sent a long ball to Mbappe, who lost it. Then look at how Madrid pressed hard. Mastantuono ran to put pressure on the ball carrier. Look at Carvajal and Valverde signaling to Militao to cover the space Carvajal left behind. Carvajal is going to press the advanced fullback. Valverde, in turn, will press the second pivot player. Güler blocks the passing lane to the first pivot player. Look at the Marseille defender. He looks clueless and tries to clear the ball, but Mastantuono stop it, and it ends up hitting the post in a really dangerous Real Madrid attack. The same thing happened again around the minute 8:45. No passing options at all. Look at Militao sneaking in behind, sticking close to Aubameyang, who falls to create an overload. All passing options are completely shut down. Carvajal cut off that ball at the end, and it happened again in the minute 9:31. Real Madrid forced De Zerbi to play wide, killing his idea of the third man on that play. Valverde intercepted it, and Marseille's keeper saved Mbappe's shot. At the end, look at this moment in the minute 11:51, the other midfielder fell to create a passing option. Hausen followed it all the way to the edge of the field, the ball kept going around in the same pattern, and Carvajal finally cut it off. The most dangerous ball during that period was at minutes 13:04 seconds when the Marseille fullback threw the ball to Greenwood, the winger, who managed to carry the ball out by winning the second ball. Then they targeted a long ball after that dot. The other wing pushed forward with Carvajal, who managed to fire a powerful shot at Courtois' goal. At least the score should have been 2-0 in favor of Real Madrid here. One goal with that intense pressure would have completely crushed Marseille, and that was Alonso's clear plan and strategy. But then, at the minute 21:36, Arda Güler makes a mistake, and Marseille scores. In my opinion, that error from Güler was due to extreme fatigue. He touched the ball very recklessly. Güler, playing as the number 10, had a complex and tough role with Alonso. He pressed up front with the attackers, then dropped back quickly to build play from the back, becoming the key passing option as a free player. Güler was the player who made the most mistakes in the match. After the goal, Real Madrid kept up the same pace, which is a great mindset. But the best attack of the whole match happened at the minutes 29, 10 seconds, starting from a foul against Rodrigo. Then there was a series of great passes and moves. Carvajal pushed up the field and switched to an inverted full-back, passed back to Courtois, then to Militao. Carvajal moved into the circle again, returned to his spot, and gave it to Mastantuono, who dropped back to join in. The Argentina drove forward until reaching Mbappe, then back to him again, then to Rodrigo, back to him once more, then to Mbappe, and back again. He skillfully broke through, but didn't succeed. That was the last attack before Real Madrid's physical energy ran out. Honestly, the team dropped off a lot from that level. The low point was that ball from Aubameyang that could have ended differently, with a goal from Militao's wrong positioning. Then came the highlight moment. Both sides were exhausted, but there was a silky pass from Hausen to Güler, then to Mbappe, and Mastantuono put it in an empty net. He deserved to be rewarded for his and his teammates' efforts, but fatigue took over his focus. The second half started with Real Madrid keeping the same pace for the first few minutes, then they dropped back. The rest of the half was classic Madrid drama that fans know well. What really matters here are the first 30 minutes, because that should be the future of Real Madrid. Alonso. Did Alonso apply the three principles he mentioned in the Juventus training? Intensity, speed, rhythm, and purpose in what he does? He applied them 100% during those minutes. Real Madrid has never pressed with that intensity before, nor played at that speed for a long time. As for the purpose in action, it was definitely there. Every player knew exactly what to do on the pitch and what their role was. So what does Real Madrid need to play like that for the full 90 minutes? First, consistency, which equals time and patience. Consistency means the players have played at that pace together a lot, so most of their moves and actions become predictable to their teammates, making scoring easier. No one plays at that intensity for a full 90 minutes, but scoring goals changes the whole flow of the game. Sometimes rushing instead of being quick, plus the frustration from not scoring and then fatigue, kills most attacks that actually started well. Also, intent matters. Xabi Alonso once said every pass should carry a message. Real Madrid usually does this. After losing the ball from pressing, players can get thrown off, but staying calm and controlled in speed makes things easier, and the players' minds work better. On a different note about a missing player, Jude Bellingham, despite Güler's skill in one-on-one situations. Another big advantage that Alonso prefers is that his strong foot points toward the left wing, which is Madrid's strongest side. But if Bellingham had played in that match, it would have been a whole different story. Physically, Bellingham is the best in the world in his position. Missing him, like missing that goal, is a big mistake. It's hard to get past Bellingham because of his physical strength, stamina, and height. Also, he's the best player at scoring goals in chaotic situations. That's a special skill, not just luck. With the fast pace, Bellingham knows exactly where to position himself and how to snatch goals, and Madrid and Alonso really need him in that role. Finally, Alonso will lose some matches, of course. The team isn't fully ready mentally or physically yet, but they're moving forward. The Madrid fans need to forget the Ancelotti era, that great coach. The team they're facing now is starting fresh. It's not Ancelotti's team or his time anymore.